Born the son of a truck-driving oil delivery man, my brother Ron came into this world June 1948 as the third child of the four of us kids. One day when I was in first grade and Ron was in eighth grade, it was so windy and rainy that he had to carry me part of the way home from school. But Ron always had a heart for people. He was always out for the underdog. And early on, we learned to value kingdom work because our parents modeled it in their living. We often had the visiting preacher or missionaries at our house as guests. Dad was Sunday school superintendent, Mom was Sunday school secretary. Dad directed the choir and sang in gospel quartets in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, all as a layman while his career was working on his truck delivering home heating oil in the winter and cleaning furnaces in the summer. Yet we enjoyed many Saturdays on the 18-foot family boat in the summertime. If our dad was still with us, he would have told you he was a strong-willed child. After taking piano lessons for 2 years, our dad told his parents he was not going to take any more lessons. As an adult, he regretted it. In his mind, all children were like him, so the only question us four kids got was, what instrument are you going to learn to play? Ron started on accordion at age 8, moved on to the double manual full pedalboard Hammond organ in our little house by Midway Airport. And then Ron moved across the living room to piano during his high school years and picked up trumpet to play the Chicago Vocational High School Band. After graduating 10th in his high school class, I guess we shouldn't be too surprised, it seems like our mother had him reading the magazine at a very early age. Ron came to Moody as a music major in September 1966 and continued on to the Chicago Music Conservatory for his graduate work. In 1982, the family portrait was adjusted to include a cute little red-headed nurse named Carrie, a soft-spoken lady with a witty sense of humor. Ron and Carrie were married June 12, 1982, and in 1985, Ron and Carrie gave our parents their first grandson, Scott. Steve would complete the family portrait in June 1991. Ron was very supportive to Carrie throughout the 9-year breast cancer battle that would ultimately take her home in May of 2008. Now Scott's working and raising his 5-year-old son, Brad, and Steve just completed his schooling in microbiology at the U of I in Champaign. Ron's hobbies? Oh, sure. That'd be trains, boats, and automobiles. Our father taught us early on which end of the screwdriver to use, and to this day we do our own tune-ups, brake jobs, AMSOIL changes, shocks, install boat hitches. We respectfully refer to Ron as the techie in our family, and we'll be having a challenge working on a car or switching a motor to make our boats go a little faster. We'll often hear Ron say, there's always a way, or you want me to do it? Yet with that mind and a heart for people, in my humble opinion, he's become a valued teacher. I've heard Ron often comment, I really enjoy the students. I've heard from various friends of mine about a young lady that was directing a gospel choir at a church. And Ron would say, she was one of my students. Or I'll hear from another friend of mine about a music director in a different church, and Ron would say, he was one of my students. I've told Ron many times, I don't think you have any idea how many students you have affected for the kingdom until you get to the other side. You know, in so many ways, we are just continuing on in what our earthly father did, not just with cars and boats, but with music ministries and in serving people for an audience of one. Yet having had many conversations as we have worked around his house or on our cars or boats, Ron has commented, you know, I do the best I can and trust the Lord with what I do. I believe Ron teaches the best he can so that the students that he gets to teach will help the people they serve become fully devoted followers of Jesus Christ. In my limited knowledge and perception, I think the world is a little better in the places Ron has taught and served. And Ron is not just my brother, he's one of my best friends, confident and at times spiritual teacher. I'm honored to be Ron's younger brother and so very proud to introduce to you from the class of 1970, the recipient of the Moody Bible Institute 2014 Faculty Citation Award, Ron Denison.